What's up guys, FM Campbell here, welcome to episode number 22 of the Aston Villa series. We left you last month after, well pretty much it was the end of the season. Our new fixture list has been released. As you can see, our pre-season has gone very well. It is officially the first day of the season today. We do have a game against Tottenham later on, but we won't be covering that. Live episodes will probably come up in the near future, but at the moment we're still doing the monthly update. But look at that for a pre-season. We conceded 2 goals against Palace, but other than that, we haven't hardly conceded a goal at all. We beat Hanover 3-0. In fact, I'm not going to go into the who scored yet because I'll give away some of the transfers. But it has been a very dramatic window. We won't give a hefty budget, but with the players that we hopefully will be able to sell, I was hoping to look to make about between 30 and 40 million. So we would obviously invest into the club, back into the club, and hopefully make our team a lot better. We're trying to push for Champions League spots this season. So, yeah, so there's been a lot of ins and a lot of outs. Let's just say that. Just before we get into that, though, probably it's not really news anymore, but Lionel Messi won the best player in Europe. He got the Ballon d'Or. Arsene Wenger retired, and the press have since linked us with the Arsenal job, yet we're still one of the favourites in the sack race, which is absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. I think it's because there's no managers being sacked or potentially being sacked at the moment. I think it's just, yeah, we've just sort of trotted along throughout the season, and it's not too bad. So, but because it's not brilliant, I think that's probably the reason why we're sort of in mind of being sacked, which is crazy, but we won't be sacked. I mean, if we go to the board now and we have a look at, we're stable, we're smack bang in the middle, so we're absolutely fine. But Jack Grealish got Fans Player of the Year. Then Pellegrini left City, and the press then linked us with a City job. So it's just been real topsy-turvy. I'm just going through my list here before I go into anything else. Chelsea won the Community Shield. That's official. That I can tell you. Right. So yeah, I was hoping to make between 30 and 40 million in transfers. First things first. I mentioned this in one of the previous episodes. I can't tell you exactly when it was, but obviously we signed Verratti, and he's been absolutely unreal. And in his contract, he put a non-negotiable release clause. It was a big release clause, but it was non-negotiable, so I couldn't take it out of his contract or anything like that. And Chelsea matched it. Verratti's gone. He's generally left. He's left us and he's gone to Chelsea. I think it's yeah, there he is. Although we did get 35 million up front for him, but he's on 215 grand. Jesus Christ. It's not actually a bad bit of business, 35 million, but he was such a good player. He was so good for us as well. I mean, if we go have a look at his attributes, no, we'll look at his history. He got an average rating of 7.46 for us in his second season, 7.41 in his first season. Only scored a single goal, which is quite strange, but he does play like a deep, not a deep line player, but he's in a deeper positioned advanced playmaker. He plays in centre midfield essentially. Yeah, so only got a goal. We got 14 assists last season, 4 man of the match performances, average rating 7.46. He was absolutely unbelievable. It just across the park, he was very good. I was absolutely gutted, I'm not going to lie. When I signed Verratti, I was like, oh my god, this is such a big signing for Aston Villa. I all of a sudden absolutely become in love with the save. Same with Memphis Depay, so I've not lost my love for it. We have made some signings since then, though, that I've kind of got the same feeling again. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe we're signing in for Aston Villa. Blah, blah, blah. So we'll go through what's been going on. We'll go through the transfers. First of all, we'll start with what you guys want to know, and that's the incomings. Now, some of them I mentioned in the previous episode that we were going to go for. Some of them we didn't. Some of them I've just sort of jumped on as a free transfer. We signed Lucas Cano. I did mention this guy in the previous episode. He's got such great potential. But yeah, finishing a 14, composure of 14. He's a complete forward. So if we show you which is what I like to play. His dribbling and first touch needs improving, so do his heading and long shots, but he's only 5'11". We can retrain him as an advanced forward, so let's actually have a look at that. It's probably the better one to do. By the way, sorry if you can hear my hay fever. So yeah, he has got a lot to improve. He's only 21 years old. He joined us from Argentinos Juniors for 3.9 million, I believe. Oh, yeah, 3.9 million. So yeah, goodbye. He's going to be our third choice striker. Icardi is going to be our second choice. Now you're probably thinking, Icardi's amazing. I know, but this man's even better. We've splashed the cash, I'm not going to lie. It cost us 27.5 million. He's already scored for us in pre-season. Look at him. He's so good. He's like my ideal player. I do play him as an advanced forward though, not a target man. Only on 71 grand a week, which is really good. Just an absolute beast unit. So what an absolute coup for the club. It actually also meant that the shirt sales were set to increase, so that will hopefully bring back some of the money that we've spent on him. We've also signed Charlie Austin on a free. We're trying to get him. Well, he's actually on loan at Hull at the moment, but I'll go on the outgoings very shortly. Hopefully looking to make some money on him. Safir Tider, I mentioned in the previous episode, he's joined for 1.5 million, listed for loan. Value's already 5 million. Looks to be a good money maker already. Will Hughes joined, as previously mentioned. He's actually replaced Sol, who we couldn't get in. He's going to play an advanced playmaker back up to our current central midfielder, who I'll introduce you to very shortly. Amido Sali, goalkeeper. We've signed a new goalkeeper, number 1. We've got 2 technically number 1 choices now. We've got this guy here, Timo Horn, 6'4" giant, unbelievable, 23 years old, very good goalkeeping stats, very good mental stats, and really good physical stats as well. One of my favourite goalkeepers on the game. He joined us for 6.75 million, which was actually his release clause. He doesn't have a release clause, by the way. I'm trying to steer clear of players having release clauses at the moment after the Verratti ordeal. Amido Salifu joined on a free. He's already worth 1.4 million. Currently on loan at Wolves as well. Going to look to try and make some money on him. Facundo Cardozo joined on a free. He's listed on loan, trying to get him out on loan at the moment. He's actually got really good potential, to be fair to him. So, yeah, we'll see what we decide to do with him. Havard Nordtveit, he's joined on a free, already worth 5 million. Really good mental stats, reasonably good physical stats, although his agility, balance and acceleration aren't that great. Long throws though, huge. But yeah, his technical stats will come. He's only 26, listed for loan, so hopefully we can make some more money on him as well. Kuma Babakar, also a money maker, joined on a free, already worth 4 million. Good goals and technicals will come within time. 23 years old as well. And a huge signing, Alexandre Lacazette. We've really spent wisely. We have spent a lot, but we spent wisely. 25 years old, he's joined from Castilla or Real Madrid B. We signed him for 15.75 million. His value's already worth 18.25. Great physical stats, great mental stats, and technical stats are also really good. He's actually 25 now. I thought he was younger than that. I'm probably going to look to play him on the right hand side, as mentioned in previous episodes. I'm going to retrain him as an inside forward. I know he's right footed, so I mean Depay and him will maybe rotate. Lacazette could play at top as well. But yeah, so we've got Lukaku, Icardi and Lucas Cano up top. There are 3 options up top. Lacazette on the right hand side, Memphis Depay on the left. Oh, so good. Andrea Bertolacci was signed on a free, values 1.7 million. 25-year-old centre midfielder. Hopefully make some money on him. Who else we got? Lovra Kalinic, 26 years old. Look at him. Signed him for, I think on a free. Yeah, signed him on a free. He's joined. I've never really seen this guy before. He played for Hajduk Split previously. 26. He's joined and his value is 9.5 million. Absolutely crazy. 14 grand a week. He's a really good goalkeeper. Handling 14, one-on-ones 14, reflexes is 16. His kicking's not great. That could do with some work. Relatively good mental stats, reasonably good physical stats. I'd highly recommend going to get this guy, even if you didn't want to plan on selling him. But 9.5 million, what a buy. Lucas Spendelhofer joined from Inter Milan on a free. 23 years old, great potential. He's got good physical stats. His mental stats are actually okay as well, but The key is obviously his heading's 15, marking 13 and tackling 14. I'd like to work on his marking and get that up, but 6'2", can jump. His heading's, as I said, is quite good. 16 grand, no brainer. Todd Kane joined on a free from Chelsea. Going to be a money maker probably in the future. I'm not too sure about his technical attributes. He does need a lot of work. Yeah, he's not too bad. The bonus of him being English as well should help us get him out on loan. Florian Torvin, we've actually had this arranged for a while. He's currently injured for 3 to 4 weeks. Signed for 1.4 million, I believe. Yeah, 1.4 million. Value is already 4.5. Dribbling's good. His first touch is good. His technique's very good. He's got good determination and flair. Good physical stats, especially for a youngster. Only on 18.5k a week. Probably going to be our backup on the left, and I'm going to have Grealish as our backup on the right. But we have made another sign on the right hand side as well, but I'll cover that shortly. We've done Torvin. Bernardo Silva's joined from Monaco, 30 grand a week. It's a little bit more expensive, this deal. He's on loan at Norwich at the moment. They're paying all of his wages, which is good. 5.5 million in value. Dribbling, first touch, passing, penalty taken will come. Technique, all really, really good. Very good technical player, this guy. Mental stats are average / a little bit above average. Physical stats will come in time, but really happy with that sign naturally. 3.4 million, a bargain. Alvaro Medran signed on a free. He's already worth 4.1 million. Currently on loan at Reading. He's a good advanced playmaker in the middle. He's got reasonably good attributes across the board. Probably just going to be a money maker in the future, but we'll see what happens. Florian Josefzoon, or Joveszoon, 25 years old, 1.5 million in value. He's not got great technical stats. He's got good for his position. He's got good crossing and dribbling, good technique, but his first touch needs to improve, so does his passing. I like his mental stats just because of that determination of 20. His physical stats are also okay. He's going to be a money maker. He's available on a free. He's currently on loan at Leeds. It just makes sense. Who else we got? Lewis Cook has joined for 4.9 million from Leeds United. He's going to be back up to Nicholas Stark in defensive midfield. He's actually a really good player, this guy. He's got great potential, as you can see. 5-star potential. So hopefully we can get him progressing relatively quickly. Luca Forte's also joined on a free, 20 years old. I just kind of looked at him and thought, some of his stats are okay. He's not great, never going to play for me. He's come in very cheap, 5.25k in wages, value's 500k. If we can make $1 million on him, I'll be happy. Currently on loan at Plymouth. Who else was next? We've got Mehdi Abid. This guy signed on a free. He was actually a free transfer. He come from Newcastle previously. Good physical stats. His mental stats are average. Technical stats probably average as well. Again, another a money maker. Sorry. Who else have we got? Kelvin. This guy's a left winger. Great technical stats. His mental stats need improving. His physical stats are quite poor, but just because of them technical stats, I'm thinking he can do a job somewhere. He's currently on loan at Slovan Bratislava. 23 years old, 1.6 million in value, only on 8 grand a week. Again, another money maker. This guy is replacing Marco Verratti, and look at him. I'm retraining him in centre midfield as an advanced playmaker. Will Hughes will be back up to Oliver. 22 million in value already. We signed him for 18. He's very, very young, only 21 years old, recently turned 21 as well. Great mental attributes, good physical stats, but will come. Does maybe need to improve his stamina and his strength. But then technicals, dribbling 18, first touch 18, passing 18, technique 19, flair 19, vision 19. Such a good advanced playmaker, so good. I mean, you look at his technical stats and you think, what do you need to improve? I mean, tackling maybe, just because of where he's going to be playing in central midfield. The long-term view is to play someone in this position in the number 10. So I will be looking to retrain Will Hughes in the number 10 position as well, because he's actually naturally a defensive midfielder / central midfielder in advanced playmaker role or a deep line playmaker role. So yeah, that would be the long-term view, to have number 10s playing. But I just don't think we're good enough defensively as of yet to push forward. Got great players attacking wise, but I just don't think our defence has hit that level that I'm quite happy with. That I'll be happy that I've got plenty of protection and be able to keep some clean sheets. But the idea is to be playing possession, tiki-taka sort of bit play with a number 10, like a 4-2-3-1, with Depay, Oliver and Lacazette as the front three, with behind Romelu Lukaku. So then obviously Gaston Romero and Lucas Romero in central midfield, unless we can find someone better. But this is a great signing. 62 grand a week, such a good player. I couldn't believe we could get him. So I mean, we lost variety, and I was like, oh man, like I really didn't want to let him go. But Oliver came straight in, and he's so good. He does have a release clause though. Again, a non-negotiable one that I couldn't negotiate about. 50 million though, so that should put clubs off anyway. And it's also clubs in the Champions League. So yeah, but the long term is we just try and offer him a new deal. We did try to offer Verratti a new deal to keep him at the club and avoid the release clause, but that 215 grand a week at Chelsea is obviously always gonna sway him. Angelo Enriquez, we signed him on loan last season. He's joined us on a free, and he's since then gone on loan as well to AAB. AAB. They're in the Danish Super League. Not a bad team. It's good for Angelo Enriquez to get some experience out there. Signed him on a free, already worth 6.25 million. He's got really good mental attributes, unbelievable mental attributes in fact, but composure I'd like to improve, and his finishing as well, get that up even higher. First touch could improve too. But yeah, 22 years old, 5'11", 13 grand a week, it just makes sense. He's gone out on loan since then. And yeah, this is the other guy that I signed on the right, was potentially going to be our backup, but we have got Grealish and I've kept Torvin as well. We'll loan one of them out in the long term, I think. I'm actually really unsure of Grealish because I see a pattern of him when he's in the game. He'll do really well, shoot, and he always misses. He always seems to miss the target, and it's really frustrating. And his finishing's not that bad. It just doesn't make sense. So, Grealish is homegrown. That's the only thing I'm concentrating on. But yeah, 20 years old, 4.1 million in value. We signed Everton for 2.5 million. Great youngster, bags of potential. 13 grand a week in wages. Good dribbling, good crossing, good technique. His flair could improve. He's 5'9", so he's quite small. Determination is good, which I like. Again, he's currently in the under 21s, but we will probably give him some game time over the season. Albin Ekdal, I actually signed this guy on previous on FM 14 a lot. He's not as good as previous FMs, unfortunately, but he is still good. He's an advanced playmaker. He's currently valuable for loan. We're trying to get him out on loan. Only on 14 grand a week. Signed him on a free. So we didn't sign him on a free. We paid 600k for him. He's already worth 2 million, so we should be able to quadruple our money pretty soonish. He's 27 though, so we probably will need to sell him at the end of this new season. So that's all the incomings. We spent a total of 97.6 million. And I know you're thinking, what the hell, that's a lot of money. But the players that we've got for it, we've got Oliver, first team player. Who else did we get in? Torvin, potentially, where he's back up to Depay. Lacazette, first team player. Lukaku, first team player. Timo Horn, first team player. Will Hughes is back up to Oliver. Lucas Cano's back up in the striker position. It's all about rotation for us at the moment. In regards to outgoings, we sold Tom Cleverley to Reading for 3.2 million. A couple of the loan deals that I'll go through as well. Charlie Austin on loan, Lloyd Isgrove on loan to Bradford. Marco Verratti, there's that 35 million deal to Chelsea. Fran has gone to Luton on loan. Christian Trash to Norwich on loan. We've got Graham Burke, Tom Leggett, Khalid Abdo, Isaac Nahemi have all been released on a free out of contract. Horace Okore has gone to Shakhtar for 15 million. Great bit of business there. Jonathan Isamabar has gone to Plymouth on loan. Ender Stevens to Brighton on loan. I'm just going to quickly go through these loan deals. Gary Garner to Swindon. Joshua Webb to Stevenage. Paul Appleton to Bishop Stortford. Gal Kakuta went to Cardiff for 3 million. Roberto Guito to Ergatilis. Vaclav Pilar to Ural. Luke Garbett to Sutton on loan, although I may look to recall him because I would like him to be back up at left back, I think. Possibly. Benjamin Seagrees to Millwall. Ignore the badge, that is the Just Another Guy HD badge. I don't change him really, I'm just lazy at the moment. Goncalves gone to Bristol City on loan. Ashley Westwood to Sheffield Wednesday for 575k. Enrique to Cruzeiro on loan. Carlos Gil, we actually decided to sell in the end. He's gone to Fiorentina for 10 million. Good bit of business. Mustafa Zaidan's gone to York on loan. The mighty York FC. Don't forget to check out the other series. Doran Rotariu to Leicester on loan. Russian Hepburn Murphy to Accrington. Lewis Alberto to Stoke. Andre Green to Morecambe. Jonas Sunman to Exeter. Kuma Babakar to Palace. Isa Salomon to Oxford. Anis Omerovic to Morecambe as well. Alessandro Florenzi to Everton. Josue to Newcastle. Marco Frediani to Derby. Andrea Bertolacci to Cagliari. Zimmerman to Wigan. Salafu to Wolves. Untasi to Ergatelis. Spenderhofer to Swansea. Arroyo to Oral. Josef Zun to Leeds. Luka Jovic gone to FC Midtjylland. Alvaro Medran to Reading. Luca Forte to Plymouth. Chris Hurd to Huddersfield, not Lynx FC. Scott Sinclair to Hull for 2.9 million. Bernardo Silva to Norwich. Kelvin to Slovan Bratislava. Angelo Enriquez to AAB. Ollie Bayliss to Stockport. Callum Robinson to Sheffield United. And Lovra Kalinic to Benfica. We sold a total of 70 million, so we have made quite a little hefty bit of money, which is good. Half of that from the Verratti deal, so it does sort of show you that we have made some good business on Verratti, even though unfortunately it was unavoidable. So, a couple of things to go through on my list. What have we got here? Yeah, Wenger retires. Press linked with Arsenal. Pellegrini left City. Press linked with the City job. We both rejected both of them, by the way, and the board are loving us because we rejected it. We made a profit of 35 million last season. Hopefully that will improve this season, especially if we can really press for Champions League football. Obviously we're in the Europa League this season. These are our sponsorship deals. They're still in there, obviously, from the last year. We have a 1-year continental competition sponsorship deal, 1.53 million. That's a repeat from last year, obviously, because we were in the Europa League. The debt has come down to 88 million remaining on the loan. We do have a transfer debt of 117 million, obviously, that's being taken out over 48 months that we were sort of going around sort of a circle as we sell players, buy players, sell players, buy players, and then the 48 months run out. So, for instance, the players that we bought in the first season, the 48 months will have run out on them now. And the players that we buy now, the 48 months will run out in 2 seasons, and so on and so forth. In regards to the schedule, we'll quickly go through these friendlies. So the Hanover we beat 3-0. Icardi, Depay and Grealish scoring. Palace we beat 4-2. Depay, Lukaku, Lucas Romero and Phil Jones on the score sheet. Dundee we beat 4-0. Flanagan, Lukaku, Oliver and Grealish. Stuybeek we played in the Europa League. Beat them 1-0 in the first leg. Lukaku with a goal. Wits we beat 1-0. Everton with a goal. And then Stuybeek in the return leg. We beat 2-0, so 3-0 on aggregate. Lacazette and Torvin scoring. So Lukaku got his first goal in his first competitive game for us. Lacazette got his first goal in his also his first competitive game. So yeah, not bad going at all. Same with Torvin as well. Then we had another friendly against Olympiacos. Gaston Gil Romero with a penalty. Lukaku and Siovas with an own goal. So Lukaku's already banging goals. We do have a relatively nice run. Well, actually quite tough, to be fair. We've got Tottenham in the league. Then we've got Newcastle, Sunderland, City, United, Everton, Liverpool, Chelsea. It's quite tough. The playoffs, we have Lech to get into the next. I think that'll take us to the group stage. Yeah, we've got Lech in the playoffs. We haven't been drawn in the Capital One Cup yet. Obviously, the FA Cup we haven't been drawn in either. Would like to do better in them competitions this year, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, made a profit of 35 million. The new youth and training facilities are being built, as you can see, due to be completed on the 17th of October 2018. So just over 2 years. So it's going to take a while, but we will fly through that relatively quickly. This is another thing. Phil Jones has been massively kicking off about getting a move, and guess where he wants to go? Man City. He's unhappy currently. Let's see if it actually says it. Yeah, basically, he said about. He said that he wanted to leave. I said, okay, well you can go because he's not in great form, or hasn't really hit great form as of late. I said you can go, but I want a good price for him. No one come with a good price, and he was like, "Oh, I had too many promises broken by his managers. Asked to leave, wants a new deal to reflect his ability." He's currently on 70 grand a week. He's got a minimum fee release clause of 26.5 million to clubs in the Champions League. So I said, okay. City then was like, okay, we're interested. I said, right, no problem. Offered him for 26.5 million. Nothing. They didn't want. They didn't offer. So there's not much really more I can do than that. Right, what else have we got going on? Yeah, we had an away draw against Kortrijk or Stuybeek. Stuybeek were the ones that we played. We beat them in the third qualifying round. The amount of coaches have been increased in the first team, which is good. We mutually sacked Lindemann. Our assistant manager is gone. He was struggling literally every week. I was getting a notification of him struggling on the same training course, and he'd been on it since we first started. He wasn't improving. So I thought, do you know what? He's only got I think there's a year left on his deal at the time. So we let Lindemann go, and we've actually brought in a new assistant manager. Goes by the name of Jair Ventura. Very, very good assistant manager. Great tactical knowledge. Great motivating. Good player potential and ability judging. Level of discipline's okay as well. Determination, I'd like to be higher. But he's got good man management. Half decent working with youngsters. And he's only my assistant manager. He's purely, because we've had the coaches increasing, he's purely just for assistant manager reasons. Helping me with team talks, helping me with opposition instructions, things like that. I'm just going down my list, by the way. It doesn't happen at once. This is like a step by step of what's happened over the last month. Arsenal then were interested in Grealish, decided not to let him go. We got the home draw to Lech in the playoffs of the Europa League. Chelsea won the Community Shield. We decided to keep Phil Jones as captain, not to disrupt the team, and Balanta become the vice captain. Torvin was then out for 4 weeks with a hernia. He's since then, I think he's back now. No, he's not back yet. Sorry, still 3 to 4 weeks out with a hernia. Barcelona then wanted Corchia. I don't know if they still want him. Yep, Barcelona want Corchia. Basically, look at this. So we do often get players being wanted. Gaston Gil Romero is wanted by Arsenal. Lucas Romero, I'm guessing Arsenal as well. Arsenal and Real Madrid. Sebastian Corchia, we know, is wanted by Barcelona. We have actually brought Luke Garbett back. We let Henrique go on loan. That's the reason why Henrique and Garbett went on our loan. We've actually recalled Garbett since. He's going to be our backup left back to Jonathan Silva. Can also play right back, which is good. And also our backup right back in John Flanagan can also play left back. So very, very versatile. Plenty of cover in all areas. Yes, Stark is wanted by Dynamo Moscow at the moment. He's also, I've got a note here saying that Wolfsburg wants Stark. So plenty going on. In regards to, let's go to the league. In regards to our prediction in the league this season, we're predicted, when it wants to load, to finish in 7th place again. I want to finish in the Champions League places this season. I think we've got a team good enough to do so. In regards to the transfer, some of the big deals that have gone on, Balotelli's gone to PSG for 41 million, so Liverpool have had a hefty bit of money come in. Verratti is obviously the second highest deal in the Premier League, 35 million to Chelsea. Lukaku 27.5 to ourselves. Bentaleb has gone from Juventus to Man United for 23.5 million. Kevin Gamero from Sevilla to Chelsea, 22 million to Chelsea, really splashing the cash. Danny Pereiro to Man United, 22 million. Rafinha to 21.5 million deal to Chelsea. Salah's gone to Man City from Inter, so he's done a complete circle back to the Premier League. Lamella's gone to City for 15.75 million. That would have been a good deal for us, but we would have got, because we got Lacazette, we didn't bother for the same price as well. Lacazette has come to us. Okore to Shakhtar. Rondon to Tottenham. Rakitic has gone to City. Wow, that's a big deal. Yeah, Rakitic to City from Barcelona. Enner Valencia to Napoli. Jose Perez to Barcelona. Carlos Gil to Fiorentina. Will Hughes to ourselves. Andre Ayew went to Leverkusen for 9.5 million. Kramaric to Newcastle, obviously replacing Jose Perez. Kaderabek to Arsenal for 9 million. It's not a bad right back actually. Good physicals anyway. Who else have we got? Sadio Mane gone to Everton. Franco Di Santo to Southampton. El Yunusi to West Ham. Timo Horn to ourselves. Raphael to Real Madrid. Doumbia to Everton. Daniel Wast to Hull. Duda to Stoke. Jetro Williams to Liverpool. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to go down to the 5 million top marks. Borek Dokau, as you'll probably know from previous episodes in the World Network game if you've seen them on Saturdays. Nice little plug there. 1 o'clock. He's gone to QPR, 5 million, and look at him. I still love him. He's so good. Yeah, he's at QPR. So that's all the major deals that's happened in the Premier League. Obviously, we've got to the end of August to go. So we've got a little bit of money left to spend. We've got 21 million upwards to 35 if we wanted to. So yeah, lots to spend still. In regards to players that we're currently looking at, Doria we're looking at for £7 million, potentially as a defender, as a centre-back in replacement of Phil Jones if he goes. Franco Ramos, we've got a deal agreed. He is joining us from Independiente. He is left-back, and he is one of the reasons why I was sort of unrenaring about what to do about Garbutt and things like that. But we decided to bring Garbutt in. This guy has bags of potential. Hopefully we'll hit the level that we need. Joins in January, by the way. Joins the 1st of the 1st. So that's when we'll reflect on what we want to do with Garbutt. Who else have we got business going? We've got Donosien going out on loan, hopefully. We're rejected, though, because I want 100% wages. Callum Robinson, he rejected the contract at Millwall. Nicholas Stark, we've rejected deals from the bid from Wolfsburg. Oh, they actually wanted him on loan, sorry. And Jed Steer, we've rejected as well. Who Doncaster wanted him on loan. We'll look at the transfer list and who's currently on there whenever it wants to load. This is the loan list. As you can see, we've been looking for left backs. So, any danger? Whenever it wants to load. But yeah, we'll look at the transfer list. Here it is. We'll go by value. So the most expensive player on the transfer list is Vitolo at Real Madrid, 26 years old. I don't know how much they want for him. He's not really my type of player. I don't like his natural fitness. He's on there for 4.1 million. He's actually worth 11.75 million. So that's the type of bargain that you can go for. Roma are currently in for him. Lucas Silva I really like. I'm thinking about going for him, but I can't get a work permit for him in a minute. So we might have to rethink that structure. Yeah, so you can take a card, pause the video and take a look at who's on there, who we can maybe look at. Get your suggestions in, see what you think. Make a prediction for the season coming. What do you think? How do you think we're going to get on? Do you think we can hit for that Champions League? Go aim for the Champions League places, or do you think it's destined to be Europa League again? It's going to be very tough. Anything higher than that, I don't think we're going to win the league. It'd be nice too. If we can get in around that sort of region, we'll always target it. But Chelsea have been so good and so dominant that we'll have to wait and see. In regards to the board and the confidence, these are our targets. Capital One Cup, minimum expectations to reach the quarter final of the Capital One Cup. FA Cup, reach the 6th round. The Premier League, we've got minimum expectations that qualify for the Europa League again. Job status is obviously very, very low because of our wage. Hopefully they'll offer us a new deal soon. Squad harmony is good, but we've got new players coming in, so that will slightly be affected. It's only 67%. Wages are really good. Chuffed to bits with that, 74%. Club stature is slowly growing. I'm guessing there's a way. How can we look at the sort of the world, not leaderboards. I want to look at the world. Let's go Europe profile. I want to look at the rankings clubs list. Here we go. Yeah, so we're actually quite high now. This is just Premier League, I think. This is just England. Let's go all nations and see where we are in the world. So in the world, we're currently here. I don't know how high that is. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we're currently ranked 36th in Europe. Yeah, 36th in Europe. Let's go for just England. We're ranked 1, 2, 3. That can't be right. Surely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Everton is still higher than us. With continental reputation, I want to be worldwide. That's the only way we're going to get that is if we do well and get into the Champions League. So, yeah. But we're on the up. I think we were around here at the start, maybe a little bit low, probably around down here. So, things are looking okay. Our finances, let's see if we can actually, here we go. Where are we? We're in 15th place with the finances, 394 million value. Arsenal are currently number 1. Wow. Have they been through new owners? Yeah. Oh no, failed. So Demetrius, I'm going to try and pronounce that, failed in a takeover bid, which was a consortium. Nothing's happened since then. So Arsenal are just doing really well by the looks of it. Look at that, 1.2 billion. They're 200 million above City in second place, who are $1 billion. Man United have decreased to 957 million. It's like Arsenal and United are swapped. Chelsea in fourth for 933. Real Madrid and Barcelona look really fallen off. Barcelona won the Champions League. It doesn't make sense. That is very strange. Coefficients, where are we in this? Are we even in this? I don't think... I'm not sure if we actually are. We are. We're 68th in the coefficients. So we're on the up. But yeah, we're really far away on that. But that's crazy. I can't believe that with Arsenal being so high. Massively high. I would have thought that would have been a new owner. Slavan Bilic is the manager. He's replaced Arsene Wenger. I'm quite shocked at that. Especially as it was a failed takeover bid. Yeah, that's mental. They haven't won anything since then either. Since last season. That's crazy. It's the FA Cup, which we know about, which is real life. They haven't won anything since then, yet their values massively increased. Who have they signed? They've made a big... Kadarabek, Gulam, Dragovic is there. Tyrone Mings on loan is come from Ipswich. Bartra. Who else? So Insigne. Song Hun Min. That's it. That's crazy. Anyway, that's probably going to conclude the episode. It's been a very, very long one. It makes up for the other two being very, very short, the previous two. Lots been going on. Obviously, at the end of in the next episode, it'll be a summary of the window, and we'll have started the season as well. Maybe, hopefully, get a little bit of outlook on how we're going to do for the rest of the season. So it'll be the next game. It'll be after the Sunderland game, between the Sunderland and Man City game. So we'll have played the Tottenham, the two Lech games, Newcastle and Sunderland. So thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the episode. Comment down in the description saying, I don't know, oh my god, Lukaku. Yeah, just say, oh my god, Lukaku, if you've watched the video to this point. It's quite interesting to see if people are watching it to this point. But thank you very much for watching. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're loving the content. Don't forget about the other series going on. Obviously, we've got the York series now on Tuesdays and Thursdays every single week. And it will eventually take over this series when this series concludes. And we hopefully win the Champions League. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later, but we've got to qualify for it first. Anyway, I'll see you guys in episode number 23 on Wednesday. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.